As the Roaring Twenties were drawing to an end, so too was an era of relative prosperity for many Americans. As early as 1926, the construction of the new housing has decreased. Businesses had too much inventory and too few buyers. Nevertheless, an optimistic America wanted to believe the good times would last forever, pointing to fortunes that were being made on the stock market. The constantly rising price of stocks cast a spell over the nation. Noon-hour traffic stood still as people eagerly awaited news of their imported finances. Even distinguished Yale University economist Irving Fisher made a bold speculation. The nation is marching along a permanently high plateau of prosperity. On October 29, 1929, the reality finally caught up with the stock market, and what went up came crashing back down. The crash ruined people's fortunes and destroyed confidence in the economy. Another cause of the Great Depression was the Dust Bowl. The Dust Bowl began after the Great War. Demand for food skyrocketed, thus increasing prices worldwide. Areas that were affected by the Dust Bowl were the state of New Mexico, Colorado, Texas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Large amounts of settlers came to the area and used outdated European farming techniques. Poor farming techniques were used by the farmers, which included removing wild plants such as sod, which held the ground down. Farmers used mostly wheat, which required the farmers to plow the seed deeply into their farm soil. This is okay if there's plentiful precipitation. But when the drought came along, the winds picked up the loose soil, and with fast enough wind speed, it created deadly sandstorms. The people way of life was utterly destroyed if they were in the farming and agricultural business. Farmers' livestock either died off or became too ill to be sold for consumers because of the deadly black blizzards and severe droughts. Nearly 1/3 of the people living in the drought-stricken areas decided to move away to places such as the state of California in search of a better farmland, often to be turned away because other workers were willing to work for less. Farmers could no longer pay back mortgages to the banks, forcing foreclosure of the farmers' lands and eventually the banks as well. Interior Secretary Harold Ikes creates the Soil Erosion Service in the month of August 1933. To this day it still exists but has been renamed to become the Natural Resources Conservation Service. Congress passed the Soil Conservation and Domestic Allotment Act in 1936. This required landowners to share government subsidies with laborers who are unemployed on their farms. In 1935, the Federal Surplus Relief Corporation was established after more than 6 million hogs were slaughtered and given to the poor and needy. This event also helps stabilize prices of hogs within the American economy. In 1935 as well, the U.S. government created the Drought Relief Service, which helps support counties in need. The U.S. government educated farmers on proper farming techniques, which included lessons on soil rotation and soil conservation. The government also paid farmers $1 per acre to practice the new techniques they have learned about. Franklin D. Roosevelt ordered 200 million trees to be planted from the state of North Dakota down to Abilene, Texas. This was an effort to stop the erosion of the land, help the soil retain water, and slow down the buildup of potential sandstorms.